Wagwan, everybody. Lennox here from S123 Trader. Good morning to you on a Friday morning from the west coast of Canada, Victoria, British Columbia. Beautiful British Columbia. I'm here this morning with Mr. George Pitcher, who's on the east coast of the United States in New Jersey.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, George. And I am trying to get myself alive for this morning's open, and I know there are a few other West Coasters here with me, and yeah, it's always a tough one for us at 6:30 a.m. in the morning. It's 9:30 a.m. Eastern, almost now, in a couple more minutes. And in a couple of minutes, we'll hear the bell that sounds off the morning, and the battle will be on.
Are you showing your screen, Lennox?
I should be. Am I not?
I don't see your screen.
No, I don't either.
Okay, I did say show my screen, so that's okay. Let me see why. Show screen. It does say I'm showing my screen, but you can't see me at all, eh?
Right.
Okay.
We can see your screen. We're just not seeing the charts.
Oh, you're saying you can't see my screen, but you can see my screen, but you're not seeing the charts. Okay, that makes
You can see your screen, just not your charts.
So you guys are just,
oh, there you go. Yeah.
You guys are just fibbing. That's what you're doing.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Very good.
I was ready to restart the machine and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so just before the bell sounds here in a couple of minutes, just want to give you what our objective is for our session and our sessions. Essentially, we are looking for opening positions. We look at 4 of the major indices. The first one is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It's called the Diamonds. We look at the NASDAQ, which is the Qs, QQQ. And we look at the IWM, and we look at the S&P 500, which is the SPY. So that's those are our 4. See, I've got something else here. Let me make sure this is QQQ. Okay, there we go. So the diamonds are here, DIA. Let me make sure I have them all right. The Qs.
Market's going to open in one minute or less.
5.
There we go.
You'll hear that bell, and there it is. We are off to the races. So what we're looking for here in the first few minutes, the first couple of minutes here, are just to see what how the market opens and which way it goes. So right now I'm on the 15-minute time frame, so I'm going to put everything down to the 5-minute time frame. Make sure everything's on the 5. All right, and then I'm going to go down one more time frame. I'm going to go down to the 1-minute time frame, and now we're going to get a good look at what's going on at this level. All right. I use Think or Swim, and so I go there and I look at go to the IWM here. I look at IWM on the 2-minute time frame here. So let me go down to the 2-minute. change that. I'm going to change that to time frame 2 minutes. Okay, there we go. And all right, so this gives me a good look at the markets and what's starting off. So I want to see the next bar after this bar to see what it does before making a decision as to whether I want to jump in or not at this point. So we have a positive start, well, a somewhat positive start here to the market. And let me go back to here. Okay. The 1 minute chart. I'm going to make this one big because they're all doing the same thing. You can see that they're all practically identical. So I'm going to make this one large so we can see what's going on. Bear with me 1 second. And okay, so at this point here, this would be basically an entry for the market because we started off with a 1, 2, 3. Oh, by the way, I neglected to mention only the members of the Simple 1, 2, 3 trading group have access to their microphones. So if you have any questions, you may type them into the question area, and we'll see if we can answer any questions as we go along. All right. So again, this would be an entry at this point. And the reason why this is an entry, we started off with a 1, 2, 3 at the bottom here, and 1, 2, 3 is basically just like I'm saying here. We have a low, high, low, and up 3, and we're off. And you can see the first couple of bars. Our first bar up to 3 minutes now. 3 minutes later, we get a red bar, a green bar, and we're on our 3rd minute. We're on our 4th minute now. So we broke this red bar to the upside, so that gives us an entry to the upside. So be going long with a play at this time in the market.
Lennox, let me clarify something, please. If you have a question, can you please put it in the chat rather than the questions? Because it's easier for me to monitor that. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize there was a chat and the questions there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So we'll see how this plays out. So essentially, we would be in at an entry here, or an entry there, and with a stop at the low of the opening bar, which would be, and I don't even know which one of these bars is open. The open bar now. Let's see. Today is the 11th. That's this bar right there. So if we were stopped out, our position would be closed at that point. So that will be the risk on this trade. And we would be looking for a new setup. But you can see what I see what's happening now. We're having a larger 1, 2, 3 that's formed. So we're more than likely going to come back into this area and then push to the upside. That looks like what's setting up. Or if we do not push to the upside here and we break, the 50 to 62% retrace, we were more than likely going to be heading due south, and we'd be looking for a reversal to our position at that time. So that's a total possibility there.
Yeah, Friday was a big down day for all of the indices that we follow. And part of that was due to the release of CCPI numbers and an intimation that the Federal Reserve is going to move interest rates up to 50 basic points.
So that's super
That's
close
a rather narrow turnaround, it looks like, at this point.
344. So this was so close to being I mean, this was really a stop out at this point if you wanted to take it as a stop out. Now, I don't put a physical stop, it's just a mental stop at this point. So, you know, there's no hard, fast stop here. And the other thing I have on the chart, just to clarify what I have on the chart, are a number of moving averages. This one is a 199 moving average. It's a simple moving average. And just to get a gauge of the overall trajectory of the particular chart that I'm on a particular time frame, then I use the 55, another SMA, and then, sorry, my writing is terrible here. Then I use the 21, which is right here, and that's an EMA. And then I use an 8, also an EMA. So these
They might be reversed, Lennox.
yeah, they probably are. Yeah, blue is the 8. Yeah, sorry. So this is the 8. This is the 21. Okay, I'm almost awake. So yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, so I hope that makes sense. So yeah, blue is the 8, 21, the 55, and the 199. Now, the reason I go 199 instead of 200 because most people use the 200, and most people use the 50. I use these because they are fib numbers. I love the fibs. It's all math. The whole market here is mathematical, so I like the fib numbers more so. Some people use a 20 moving average. I like the 21. Some people use a 9. I like the 8. And so, yeah, the fib. So again, we have a 1, 2, 3. This is a very slow. You can see that the market's struggling already, trying to make a move, but it looks like we're going to probably push back into this level, and then we're going to move to the upside, hopefully. Let's see. If I put the fibs on here, we might get an idea of the possible retracement here. So we are looking at here's the 50% level, and 62% levels here. So this is kind of like the sweet spot. Price could come back into this area and then push. And if price breaks through, we would be, you know, looking perhaps that things might not be working out for us and to be going to the upside. So the further, of course, price moves down, then the less likely price is to turn to the upside. So we want price, if we were looking to go long, we want price to stay above this level. So here's our new 1, 2, 3 now that's shaped, that's been formed. It's number 3. and we'd be looking for that move. But as it looks at right now, very slow motion here. So
Almost looks like it's forming a head and shoulders there.
now, the other thing I can do as well, let's just take a look at all the other guys again. So you can see everything is doing a similar. So we have a 1, 2, 3 here. This is coming down. This is going lower than 50 to 62% right now. That's the Qs. The SPYs are still hanging there, just like the IWM. These two are essentially the same. And this one, this is the Dow Jones, the diamonds, and they are a little stronger. So these are the strongest ones right now, the diamonds. The Qs are very weak, very, very weak. So looking at that, if I were to put the fibs on this guy, get
He's really moved down.
we are well below the 62% level. We're coming up to the 79% level now. So we don't really want that to go much lower than where we are right now. So
Yeah, I have a MACD on the Qs, and it's struggling at the water line, the 0 line.
now, again, this is expiration day for the options. Things are a little slow right now. I'm looking at the overall market. The S&P 500 is only up about a 1 point. The Dow is up 50 some odd points, and the S&P is up just a little as well. So it's a battle today. And this happens. This is the kind of thing that happened. You know, yesterday was very volatile, as everyone could see. Let me just make this big again. So I'm going to go up to the 5-minute time frame. Okay, so we've had quite a drop. So there's our 1, 2, 3 from the top from yesterday. Now yesterday we weren't on live, but I played the S&Ps down from here, from this level down, made some nice I was going to say pips, made some nice points on that. And in the morning, this was a nice ride to the upside, entry and up to this level. And this is what we're looking for, these kind of moves. And we're hoping that this will push to the upside again this morning. So it's trying, you can see, valiantly. So let me get my thinkorswim here. So on the 2-minute chart, trying very valiantly here to push back up. So I use the George and I use the thinkorswim platform. It's a very deep, in-depth trading platform, one of the best out there, and it's got so many things in here. I don't even know where to begin to explain half the stuff that goes on in this platform. It's just amazing. So I'm just going to move this out of the way, and okay. So now if we get a breach of our number 2 point, so we have a number 1 point, our number 2 point, our number 3 point. We get a breach of our number 2 point. Boy, I'm having a hard time drawing this morning. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, the SPYs are actually doing quite nicely right now.
Yeah, so that's, this is also another entry opportunity right there. I'm already in. I bought the 205 calls from yesterday, so I'm already in. That's why I'm not buying anything at this moment, but I'm in to the upside from yesterday. I've got 2 calls. Let's see. And I'm in positive territory as we speak now. George, you remember I had a trade in that company called S123. Remember that? S123 was
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
ASAN. Asana. Okay, this was the company. Let me just go to the daily on this. I'll go to the 4th. So that's on the daily. It had quite a drop down to this low, and as on the daily time frame, it's formed the 1, 2, 3 bottom and made this big move. Now let me just go to this here. My option plays. Okay, Asan. So this is kind of, let me just break this down a little bit for you so you can understand what I'm showing you here. Asan was one of the companies that on my list for playing. It was at $50.43 on January 20th. And I bought the 60. I looked at the 65 calls, but I actually bought the 60 calls instead, with a target of 60 to 66, with an expiry for next Friday, and they were trading at $1.45 at the time. So I sold them yesterday. I'm just going to go to the hourly. So made quite the move. After this large 1, 2, 3, we get another 1, 2, 3. And we get this big move to the upside. So yesterday I sold them right at the top, right up in here. So I bought them for $1.45, which is $1.45 times 100 shares, which equals $145. So, and I sold them yesterday for. I had them at one point for 950, and I ended up watching this thing pull back a little bit and then ended up getting it for $800 per contract. So that's the kind of power and move you can get in these plays. It's just phenomenal. So $145 play, $800.
That's 5.5 to 1.
Yeah. So it's just a fantastic play on that move. So that's a look at the power of the options when we play them. Let me go back to IWM, keep my eye on that.
Nice, that's a band-aid on my broker putting me on the bench, so I'll quit SN now. Thank you, Lennox.
Were you in SN?
Yes, I took the same trade as you, but I didn't quit it yesterday. I didn't even look at it. But
let me go back to it real quick here. Let me just go back to it because you don't really. I don't know if you really have to quit it because I kept one in, of course, till next Friday. So I took most of them off. I always, if you buy more than one, and I always suggest that you buy 2 or more anytime you buy, because you can always take one off early and then leave one to go. So, ASAN, you can see that it's gone sideways here. Now it's pushing back to the upside. So it still looks pretty good. It's up to you, of course. You've got 1 week. The options are going to lose their mojo if you're not in the money pretty quickly. So, but otherwise, this looks pretty good. Like it's still going to go. So the reason I forgot to mention the reason why we bought these options, and good for you, William. Really glad to hear that. the reason why we bought these options was because we looked at trading activity, unusual trading options activity on the insider trading. So there's on barchart.com, you have insider trading. And there was some unusual activity on this particular stock called S123. The CEO of the company, and I use barchart.com, and we look at unusual activity, insider trading, and that's on their options. I think it's the options menu. It could be, no, it's on the stock menu. The stock menu has insider trading activity right there. So use that and look at it, and you find different. I can do transaction types by and include politicians. So every trade that goes on in the market, every option trade is public. So it's just a matter of finding them. And in this case for S1, which is probably no longer on here, of course, the trade at the time was someone buying, the CEO actually buying 1.25 million of his shares. So I thought, okay, he's buying 1.25 million of his company shares, and the stock, I go back to the daily, the stock has collapsed from 144, 45 area down to 44, 45 area. And he's buying 1.25 million shares. He knows something. He must know something. So I'm going to follow him along. And so I jumped in, and good for you, Martin. Sorry, I said William, didn't I? I'm sorry, Martin. That was Martin. Good for you for jumping in as well, because that's the kind of move. He knew something, obviously. So
Well,
just
thank you.
follow
Really
his tracks, and there we go. Beautiful.
nice.
Yeah, there was another one I was looking at. This one called D-Dog. I was looking at it yesterday, and you can see already it's already moving. So can I watch this one to see? But I'll let you know what the actual, if there's anything at this point. Right now it's already jumped, so I'm late getting in on that one. So maybe keep my eye on this because I'm in. Okay, did I just miss? Am I seeing things? No. Okay. All right. So we're very close to need another push here to give me some nice profit here this morning. So let me just make sure I keep my eye on this now as we get. So the 1, 2, 3 now, instead of using the fib retracement, I can use the fib extension tool to give me a possible target here. And I'd be looking at, I'm not going to push. I usually go for the 1.618, but I'm not seeing that happening today. It's possible, I suppose, but maybe 100% might be okay. So I can, if I get to 100%, I'll take one off, and 1 or 2 off here, and then I'll let the others go, type of thing. But we'll see. It's still kind of struggling away here. It's not that dynamic. All right.
So Lennox,
Well, at least
Yes.
you've gotten a golden cross at this point.
Yes, we do have a golden cross on the 8 over the 21, which is a really good sign. Yes,
so
somebody
Lennox,
has a question. Yes.
if going from the top of that chart, if that was a
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 on the top,
Yes.
and it goes down all the way to the 3, or
Yes.
would you think that like the very bottom would be 3?
That's a tough one. We could have a 3 here, or it could have been here. One of those.
I'm just wondering.
A messy area, and then this drop. So I'm kind of looking at it as that, and then this push will give us a retrace of this entire move. So back up to about 50%, which would be in somewhere in this area. That's kind of what I'm seeing, but
Because I'm wondering if you could see that as that is a retracement on the 4. So like a 1, 2, 3 all the way to the bottom and then 4 up.
On the 4 hour, oh, you mean on the 4 hour, or the fourth wave? You mean?
Yeah.
Sorry, fourth wave?
Yeah, it being a 4th wave.
Yeah, this could certainly be a fourth wave move, and yeah, we could be getting short-lived here, short-lived move for sure. And it looks, you know, a little suspect at this time. So hopefully, again, we get this push. Otherwise, I'm going to be. That might have been my opportunity to get out at this point, but we'll see if that's so. So now, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Yeah, this could be a 4. So this could be 1, 2, and then this whole thing is a 3, and then that's what Stacy is saying. And we could have a push back down like this. That's totally possible for sure. So good way to gauge everything is to look at the other guys to see what they're doing. And you can see this, the Q is quite a big drop after this push. The SPY is also a big drop. So everybody's doing the same thing here, but it looks like we're going to have another push. You know, the Qs are struggling, and the Qs are struggling primarily probably because of they have a bigger weighting of the big boys like Apple and Amazon and so forth, right? The technology groups. So I'm hoping that we are okay, and we'll still get one more push, but I might have missed my opportunity to get out of this trade for some profit. Maybe, let's see, I'm still in profit actually, but not substantial. I'm going to set my order to close just in case. Okay, you can see that the Qs are now breaking that 1, 2. They totally breaking that move. So that's not looking good at all at this point. So okay, so the Qs have retraced almost 100%. So this is the weakest one of all, and second weakest are the SPYs.
I'm showing the SPYs and the Qs are really neck and neck at this point.
Well, based on the chart here, we can see that the Qs are definitely the weakest based on the pattern. We're down almost 100%.
Yeah, they are slightly below. There's no question about that.
So again, looking for another push out. So we can get a 1, 2, another 1, 2, and then that would give us that push that would take us more than likely up to the 100% move.
It's hinting that that's going to happen right now.
It's a battle. It's a battle. So sometimes, you know, I bought the 205 calls. So let's see, the high here was I was expecting a bounce this morning, so that's why I bought the 205. The high was 205.04, so I had an opportunity there to take profits. Chatting too much with other stuff, and that's one of the things you have to be on the ball with, especially because it's expiration day. It behooves you to be alert to moves and to get out of your positions on expiration day when you get a chance, when you get an opportunity to take profits, because the options lose their value quite quickly. Also on expiration days, one of the best days to trade the options because the option prices are very, very inexpensive. And let's just see, for example,
I've
You
got
can
two
purchase.
candles going up on my charts on the IWM now.
What would the, George, what are the 207 IWM calls worth right now at this moment in time when it's sitting at 204
Let me go into that.
for expiration today, the 11th?
Yeah.
207s.
WM.
I've got it at 1719, 17 bid, 19 ask. So right now,
204, you said?
207s.
207. Okay, they're 18
17,
cents right now, 18 and a half cents.
yeah, 18, 19 now. So right now, if you were betting that price could make it to 207 from current price, you could buy that option for about $18, $19, something like that, $18 or $19.
Down to 15
So they
cents.
quote them as cents, 18 cents. You have to multiply by 100 to get the dollars, because you're always getting 100 shares when you buy the options. So that's $18 right now for that. So if you were correct and it did make it to 207, they would be worth when they get to 207, based on the price of the 204s where we're at right now, approximately $135. So you can buy them for about $18 right now. And if price got to 207, they would be worth about $135. That's not shabby. This would be your risk, and that would be your reward if you're correct in that move. It's just astounding. Of course, it has to make it up to to there. In the interim, as it's moving up, it's increasing in price every time. As it moves, every ticket's increasing in price. So you might get, it might not, say we only got to here, let's say a little 206.5 or so, it would probably be worth $100 or something. So that's terrible, from 18 to $100. All right, so we're getting that little push back up. So I'm going to
move right now.
I'm going to take one off when it gets to 205, just as an in case type play, just in case we get a fall back down.
You got 40 cents to 205 on price.
Okay, we need a bigger push than that.
Yeah, it's a struggle right now.
It's really a battle this morning. Like I say, yesterday's move was just super dramatic. It was like, you can see the differences. Look at the size of these candles. And we're getting some big candles now. We're getting some rather big candles. So we have a lot more greens than we have reds too. So it's, the bulls are trying really hard right now. But yesterday was just dynamic. And coming down was dynamic. You can see how quickly it came down as well. A little bit of a struggle today. The interest rate fears are causing everyone consternation, as it were.
We finally hit 74 cents. We got out of the 60-cent range. So now we're only 30 cents from your target.
Okay, I need a bigger push than that still. I'm still hanging in there. I'm still hanging in with them. So need to see a bigger push. Also, let me just go over to the Forex market.
We got 204.94 just hit.
In the Forex market, we look at the same instruments: NASDAQ, the Dow, the S&P, and the Russell with IWM.
You hit
And
205, Lennox.
okay, excellent. And that's the same type of setup that we have. We can go down to the 5-minute on that and look at so we can play these in the Forex market as well. The same scenario, looking for 1, 2, 3 setup and jumping in to take a ride to the upside. So exactly the same principle is the only difference here with the Forex. Of course, we're not buying calls and puts. We're just buying or selling. So a stop would be here if you were getting in right now. Your buy would be here. That would be the play on this 1, 2, 3. So for those who, okay, we get a nice push now. That's good. We need to break that level. A breach of the our 1, 2, 3s.
19 right now.
Our 1, 2, 3s like this. We're looking for ideal entry here. We have an entry area. So boy, I'm having a really hard time this morning with these lines. Okay, so an ideal entry area is here. We want to enter anywhere in this area. And with a buy, if you don't get an entry in this area, you can always get a buy stop above the number 2 point, but you don't want to go too far away. And then we want to take that up to our targets, which would be in this area. So that's the normal play. If you get an entry in here in this area, you want to put your stop below. If you get an entry in this area up here, you want to put your stop below here. So depending on, of course, the size and your risk tolerance. So that's, whoops, didn't mean to do that. So that's your basic. Okay, so let me.
Which call are you in?
The 205s.
205. Okay,
Yeah.
you're at looks like 211 right now on the ask.
Okay, so I've closed one, I believe. Let me just see.
205 is 109 and
I
a
took
half.
one off. You just heard the chimes. Yes. So I'm gonna hold the others to the end here. Just wanted to just get one off there, just in case we don't get that push that we're looking for. It's a battle today. I can see that.
Yeah, we're relaxing now. We're back to 204.75.
How's our time? Okay, so we're half an hour in. This is the whole objective of the game. We'll try to get in and get in and out of a position within the first hour, if at all possible. That's the whole point of the game and the objective. So you can see that price actually touched on the 5-minute time frame, touched at 199. So that's this could be, like you're saying, Stacy, earlier, this could be the point of where we're going to turn and head back down. So we have to be super careful at this point now. If we can't get a push above this bar, then all bets are going to be off, and we're going to be more than likely turn to the downside. So we've got to see what this next candle or two here will do for us. I can go back down to the 1 minute and take a closer look to see what's going on. Okay, so when we come down to this level, we can see a bit better what's going on. So let me just fix up my bibs here. Okay, so looking for a target to 1%, 100%, or we're at 100%. So looking for 205.71 area for our next target. So we've had another 1, 2, 3 here. We're getting another one which is a much shallower one. So it looks like we should get a push past this level to the next, and that would be really good. So if I were having stops in, I would be mentally moving my stops. So initially we got in, can't remember where we got in now, but somewhere down here. This was where is the 11? Right there. So we would have a mental stop, you know, below this level. Then move your stop mentally up to here. So we'd be looking for another mental stop, or you can make it physical, of course, if you want, to this. So this next 1, 2, 3 type of thing. Hopefully we'll get that another push to the upside here. So again, I can look at the other guys to see what they're doing, and Qs are really struggling. Everything's starting to struggle now. So
Yeah.
wow, really dropping. So are we done? Are we gonna lose this thing? If we break this level, this would be my line in the sand for the Q for the IWM. We break this level, then it's gonna be looking pretty lean. And then that fourth wave would be looking quite good. So let me go up, go make this big again, go back up to a higher time frame, the 15. Okay, so it's looking, when you get a bar like that, pin bar, of course, doesn't bode well for a move, to the upside. So it's kind of telling us that the bulls were really trying hard, but they're having a rough time of it. The bears are pushing against them. So we might be battling to see this go back up here. So we'll see.
Yeah, on my charts, all of them have been coming down.
Okay, so if I felt that this was really going to drop, this would have been a good entry to the downside for puts. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in an insurance play. We're at 204. We looked at 207s, which were 18 cents or so. So 204, 201s, that's pretty far down. So 202s, let me see what
202 puts are about 49 cents right now.
just going to put in a 202 put. They're 50 cents about. So kind of like an insurance bar, just in case play. So if price decided to tank completely, I wouldn't lose. So I'm going to put in when price starts to move up, I'm going to buy it, because as price move, if I'm buying a put, as price moves to the upside, I want to buy the put because the price decreases. And that's the strategy when you're buying puts, and when you're buying calls, you want to buy them when price is falling because the price decreases then. So the 202s are now $40, so I can.
Well, the puts just went up to 204 puts just went up to 95 cents.
I'm looking at the 202 puts.
Oh, 202 puts. Okay, I'm sorry, the 39 cents.
Yeah, I can get it for about 39 cents right now.
Yeah, there's 4,300 volume, and the open interest is almost 4,900 on those 202 puts.
I'm going to put in a bid for 38 cents. Okay, so I put my insurance play in just in case. So the way the market's struggling today, you know, it's possible I could lose both, but for $40, it's not that big of a deal. But just in case that price does decide to tank after a bit here. So, okay, so we're
Okay,
pushing,
202
trying hard to push back up here right now.
cents.
So we'll see if that. So again, we get a 1, 2, 3. It came back down into the 62%. This looks very close to the 79% level on the retracement. I can double check that. The retracement on this guy is, yeah, right on 79% retracement. And that's why I like the fibs. That's why I love the fibs. I love math, so to see the fibs hitting their points is just beautiful. This is what this is all about. Everything is mathematical. You know, you don't leave anything to your emotions. You know, it's all about the math and the probabilities, and that's what makes the profits.
You probably got filled on the 202s.
Yes, I did. Got in for I think it was 39 cents or so. I put a bit in at 38, so I guess I got filled at 38.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that area.
Yeah, we're at 6 mark, so you probably got filled.
Okay, so looking for this to push to the upside here, that would be quite nice here. But it's not looking promising. You can see we're really in a struggle.
Well, you got one call filled.
Yes, I still
So
have
you're in pretty good
calls.
shape, really.
I still have some calls to go to the upside. And okay, so if we break this level now, then it's not going to be looking too good for this. But still hanging in here. We do have, you know, as they say, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So, you know, hopefully that will continue, and we'll push up one more time.
It's looking like it wants to try something like that right now.
It's in the, like I say, it's in a battle today, this morning, and you know, it's not the most dynamic market this morning. But we're kind of expecting this from yesterday's volatility, that there would be some semblance of hesitation and so forth. But let's take a look at the other guys and see what they're doing again. Okay, so they're all trying. They're all trying. You can see that.
They're all trying the same thing.
Yeah, everybody's trying to push to the upside, but it's a struggle.
Your IWMs are up to 204.67 again, so it's possible that they can.
Well, you know, to feel really comfortable, I'd like to see it break our high, and then that would be really good. So we're getting another little 1, 2, 3. You can see the 1, 2, 3s as they form. This is the main objective here. I want to watch these 1, 2, 3s. These are entry opportunities. If anyone we're playing, there's your entry area again, and you just this is where you would enter, and you're off to the races again. That type of thing. So looking pretty good right now. So I really need a breach of this high to feel comfortable that yes, we're gonna push. Yeah, these guys are all struggling. You can see that they're all it's very tough. Now the IWM, of course, consists of 2,000 stocks, mid-size stocks in the market. So it's the reason why I choose the IWM to play, because there's a lot of stocks in here, and they are the heartbeat of America, as it were. These are the mid cap stocks, and they move. When they move, they move. But like I say, today's a battle. We need a break of this level to feel comfortable that things might push to the upside here. So I've got my insurance play down here, which is fine. If I lose that, that's fine. We're going to win one way or the other if this pushes to the upside. So we're watching, almost like watching paint drying right now, but we're an hour, almost an hour into our day, and yeah, it's slow motion. So are there any questions out there from anyone, George? You can have a moment here to answer anything.
Is there something special about the closing hour on Fridays?
About, I'm sorry?
Is there something special on the about the closing hour on Fridays? Markets close the hour prior to markets close.
It all depends on the dynamics of the morning. So if it's a really dynamic morning, then yes, you could probably get something. If you're in some trades and so forth, it's always a good thing to see what is happening at the last of the day. So, but not I wouldn't say yes, there's something special. But again, if you're in a position and so forth, you might want to watch it really closely into the close. So that would be the key to that. We're looking at 204. Okay, so we're pushing up nicely right now. So that's a really good sign. That's what you want to see, break of that number two point there and pushing to the upside. So looking for, let me go make this big again. So everything's starting to push. That you can see that the Qs really breached the first number 1, 1, 2, 3, breached this 1, 2, 3. So that's a little disconcerting. And then we tried another one, breached that one as well. Now it's trying again. There's another little 1, 2, 3, and now it's starting to push to the upside. So this guy is doing quite well from this 1, 2, 3, and this 1, 2, 3 right now. And this was a little struggle, very close to breaching, and then breached here. And now it's starting again. You can see they're all doing a little bit differently. The Qs are the strongest ones overall. Okay, so I'm going to go up to here. And yeah, looking good there for the Qs at this moment. Okay, so I'm almost at my target that I was looking for. And let's see what those options are worth now. My calls are doing quite well now. So I'll hang in there and see if we can make it up to 1.272, which would be this from this 123 here. I can still use this 123 as the original target, so that would give me, there's the 1.618. Like I say, I was saying I didn't think it might get up here 207. So those $18 calls are looking pretty good right now, probably. So let me just see what those $18 207s are worth right now. February 11th, 207 calls. When we were looking at them, remember they were $18. Now they're at $45. So we're at $45 from $18, and now we're at $50. So you can see that's almost 3 times your money in that little move from when we looked at the when we were at 204. So this is how incredibly powerful that is. Now, had I been a smart guy, I would have bought them, right? But I didn't. So because I already have positions, I've got so many positions on right now. Yeah, I won't be buying anything at all. But so my account is full. I've got all these positions here, all kinds of different all these are positions. So I'm a little bit at my limit of buying any more stuff. So, and plus I already had the 205s anyways. So
Are you able to hear me, Lennox?
yes,
Okay, because you hit 205.7.
yeah. Okay, so I'm
Starting to drop now.
let's see where we're at here. Okay, looking for another breach of this high, and so that will give us a nice push that should take us up into the 206 area. So it's always good to confirm the move. Wait patiently for it to cross. Again, if you're stopped, you could have moved your stop up at this point and so forth to that kind of area. Lock in your profit. So no questions from anyone?
You're back up to 205.60 area.
That sure is better than watching the paint dry.
True, Martin.
Okay, let's see if we get a breach of our high. That would be really good. Looking like we're going to do that.
205.74.
There we go. Beautiful. That's what we want.
At this point, we're not getting a lot of activity.
It's a struggle still. It's not moving as quickly, like I say, as it did yesterday, but getting there slowly but surely, right? So let me take this guy off. Move. I just want to put the fibs here on the extension here on this 123 to see where it's probably going to be about the same target. And you can see there is the 2%, which is very close to the 1.618 mathematically, which is just All right, and put it on the right spot.
Okay,
You
you
know,
did
we're actually dead on. Look at that, 207.20. You can't even make this up. That's why what I say about the math, guys. You can't make this stuff up, because when we do a 1, 2, 3 from the first 1, 2, 3, a target of 1.618 is like what I say is what I want, and then here I put the fibs on this 1, 2, 3, and it gives me 1.618 to here, but it gives me 200% to 207.20, the same exact as the 1.618 from here. It's all about the math. So now it's just a matter of believing in the 1, 2, 3, and you know, will it make it to that 1.618 from this move? It looks like it should make it to that area. So now again, all you're doing now is just watching price as it makes its way up. You're looking for every time we get a pullback, you want to get another break to the upside, breaking that level. As price is moving up, you watch the moving averages, which is, you know, our indicators. They indicate to us whether we should be exiting our trades. And at this point, right now, they're just kind of hugging along price. So looking pretty good still, that, you know, we should continue in this trade. So unless we get a breach with a candle coming way down, you know, we can just hang in there. So that's basically how I look at it that way. So I did come to my 1.272, like broke 100%. So now I'm trying for the 1.272 from the lower 123. See if we can get there next. Okay, and that might not happen for us, but we'll see. It should though, based on our 1, 2, 3. We should, based on this 1, 2, 3, we should definitely get there. We might have a little bit of a hiccup in here, but we should push one more time to the upside based on the pattern. Our 1, 2, 3 starts with that movement, and then we get a kind of a sideways type thing in here, and then we get one final leg. That's our structure that we look to get into, and so we can always follow it along and see as price moves. This is the overall structure that the market takes all the time, and it's just a matter of being aware of where you are in the structure to make these entries and exits.
Okay, this is the first time I'm getting some divergence showing up.
Okay, so we're starting to get a little bit of a curve in our moving average, but again, knowing where you are in the structure helps to, you know, keep you not panicking. You know, we get a breach of this area here coming down towards our 55, then we'll start to, you know, be concerned. But right now we're still okay. We're still hanging above the 21, so we can get a breach of the 8. If we get a breach of the 21, then, you know, things are going to start looking a bit iffy, but still okay right at this moment in time. So we need another push back up now. And we need a breach of, we've got a breach of this candle here. That's a good sign. Well, it was a good sign. We need to keep going. So just bar by bar, we look for breaches of green over red. You know, that's green over red is a 1, 2, 3 in itself. So that's always, you know, we can't see it at that level because we can't go down to the, you know, seconds and so forth to see, but that usually indicates a good movement in the direction that you're going. If you get a, you know, a red breaching green and you're going down, that's a good indication that you're going the right way. So we got a breach here, but it got rejected, so that's okay. So we, maybe the next bar will push up and continue.
Hi, Lennox. It's a colleague. I have a question.
Oh, hi, colleague. Go ahead.
My question is at number 3 in the 1, 2, 3 formation. I think you kind of answered my question just now. Is it the candle formation that you look at to say, okay, the 3 is confirmed and I'm going in?
Yes.
Okay, that's my
Yes.
first question.
Okay, so I've got the fibs on. So
Okay.
the first thing would be the fibs. So I want to be in the on the retrace. I want to be in the 50 to 62% retrace. So
Okay.
let me take these guys off here, and I'll put the fib retracement. So this is like our wave calculator. It's almost similar. Whoops, what did I do
Right.
here? 236, sorry, right there. Okay, so okay, I think I did something wrong here. No, that's fine. Okay, so we're looking for the 50 to 62% area.
Mm-hmm.
So you could mark that off. So we want to ideally get into the trade in this area. That's the the ideal location. So
Okay.
if you're watching and like right now we see this unfold and you really wanted to get into this trade and you saw a red candle and then a green candle breaking a red candle in this area, this
Right.
is your cue to jump in.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
and you can see all the way down. This was the first time this occurred.
Right.
And it's right in our area, so this is like perfect. If you were still hesitant and you weren't sure, you could wait for a 1, 2, 3 to form again, because that's what it's going to do, and then you could wait for another breach of a green candle, red candle.
Right.
You have it again. So again, you can see it's the first time that's occurred since this one. So again, you have 2 chances to get into that play to the upside.
You could even
Right.
draw a diagonal too from the number 2 point.
Oh, okay. Like a trend
So
line.
George is referring to a diagonal like this,
Yes.
I believe. This one's a bit tight, but yeah, you could do something like that.
Right.
And
Okay.
that can be an entry when price breaks your diagonal, which you can see is almost identical to where your entry is.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
No
That
problem.
was a perfect example of combining the retracement with the candle. Thank you. I wasn't clear over
Yes.
over these 2 factors matching so perfectly. Thanks.
Well, this is the nitty gritties of it, at this level, and it's beautiful once you get an understanding of it. It's something, when we play the hourly, and you remember on any time frame, it doesn't matter what time frame you're on. It's the same principle. So we get a 1, 2, 3 on the hourly. It is exactly the same thing. So you're looking for price to come into of course, these are hourly bars, so it's going to take a long time. But as soon as you get into your 50 to 62% area, when you get into that area and you're looking for a breach of a red candle over a green candle, or it can be 2 green candles as well. A green candle breaking a green candle is a good sign as well, right? So it doesn't have to be a green breaking a red. Let me just make that clear. It can be 2 greens going, or 2 reds if you're going the opposite way.
And the diagonal works on that one too.
Yeah, so that's kind of the way you want to look at it. So entry right in that area. This is the sweet spot. This is where you want to really get in. But your entire entry area is here. So when I'm playing and I'm jumping in with 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 lots, in the forex and so forth, this whole area is my entry. So it doesn't really matter where I enter in here because I know that my reward is up here, 1.618. So based on my entry in here, it doesn't really matter that much where you get in. Of course, ideally you want to get in here in this, in here, but you get more bang. But your
Right.
reward, no matter where you get in, is still going to be nice, right? You're going to get 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1 sometimes, in that kind of moves. That's what makes it beautiful.
And in this example, your fibs pointing to the 1.618 target are from which point to which point?
From
The
this
zero
1, 2, 3,
indicates-
from the large 1, 2, 3 here.
And okay, so the fib retracement is from point 2 to point 3. No,
Yeah, so this is our 1, 2, 3.
I'm puzzled with the fib retracement.
Oh, the fib retracement. Okay.
What that measures, and the extension going to 1.618. I can't understand where
Okay,
it was
so
plotted
this,
from.
yeah, this is just the extension. This is just the extension of this 1, 2, 3 here to here. That would be the target for this 1, 2, 3, right? It's just like you put the wave calc on 1, 1, 2, and 3, and then boom, it gives you your 3 targets. The same thing here.
Okay, so
With me?
point 1 was involved in this this particular plotting of the fibs, was it?
Okay,
The
so
point
it's
1.
I'm using. Okay, I'll take it off. That's that one. So if I do a fib extension, I'm using. I thought I just did that. Just messed up here. Let me do that again. So my number 1 point, my number 2 point, my number 3 point, right? That gives me my 1 point.
Okay, so it does. Okay, yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
That made it clear. Yeah.
Another way I do it is I go from 2 to 1, just on a regular fib, and that gives me the extension. So if you were to take this off and go from 2 to 1 on a regular fib, that'll
Yeah,
give you
Khalid, that
the,
was okay.
Yes,
That
you
was
can
the
do it
thing I
that
was
way as well.
puzzled
I like
about.
to use
Oh,
the
yeah, okay.
extension tool, but yeah, that works as well. Yes.
right. Sometimes I have a hard time doing the fib extension. So I'll just use the fib and go reverse.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So again, it doesn't matter what time frame you're on. This works. If I go to the daily, I'm looking for 1, 2, 3s, and just looking for those plays. Looking for, if I'm over here, I'm looking for a 1, 2, 3. Looking for the and here at this point 1, 2, 3. We've got this drop down to here. There's our structure, and now we're going the opposite way. We're heading up into this area. So it looks like we're going to make it to higher ground here. Let me go back down to the 5 minute. I've got my chart all messed up here. Got lots of fibs going on here, so let me just take some of these off. So this was, okay, so you see I've got a fib here on the 5 minute for 1, 2, 3 top down to this level. That took us down to almost to 2.618, took us down to the 2.72 area on this move. And now we're getting a retrace back up. So pretty good. So now I'm at 206. I'm getting very close. I need another breach of the high. Let's see. So like I said here, we more than likely are going to do a little sideways dance in here, but we should have hopefully one more push, maybe. So we'll see. 3, 4. So that was very close to breaking the top, but it did not do it. So we're just going to try again.
Yeah.
So this now I'd be looking at this 1, 2, 3 as the controller for this move, and we should get something like this and one more push. So it's gonna be a struggle. So we're at an hour and 15 minutes in, so I'm going to call it 4 this morning, and we usually just go 1 hour. I didn't realize the time. I just took a look, and it's 7:45 my time here. So now you get an idea of what we are looking for and what we do. So huge opportunities, like I say, buying for $18 here, these options to 207. The option, what are those options worth right now? The 207s are now worth over $50. So
Yeah.
very, very powerful how quickly you can make, and you can see your risk is so small. It's just like crazy. That's why I wanted to make sure you guys could understand and see the power of this. It's just amazing. Yeah, and once you start getting familiar with this and understanding how this really works, the sky's the limit. Because what the beauty of this is, when we get a 1, 2, 3 like this, and you get into this move, your risk. This is on a larger scale, but on this level here, your risk is so small. This is the whole key to the game. Limit your risk, so your risk is very, very small, and your potential gains are very large. Your potential gains are unlimited with this strategy, unlimited. Because when I say unlimited, I showed you $145 to $800. It was over $950. I think it was close to $1,000 that I had at one point. So $145 to $800. It's huge. You saw the play in Clorox that I did before. That was $138 or something like that to $1,600 the next day. It's just humongous. And of course, you saw my losses. Of course, I don't win everything, and I went into Amgen. I was wrong, going the wrong way. I should have bought both, but I didn't. And it's a $200 bet, so that's my risk. My entire risk is $200. So if you're okay with your risk, you take the trade, and that's my risk. So your risk right up front. So if you're okay with it and you have the setup, you take the risk, and the rewards are just incredible. All right, so that's a look at our simple 1, 2, 3 strategy. It's beautiful, as Martin will attest to.
Absolutely.
Won't you, Martin?
Any day.
I'm so happy for you that you went into the S123 trade. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna have a few more of those, because there's some. You see this stuff I'm showing you here. We'll look at this afternoon for anyone who wants to join us. We'll get into more of the earnings and so forth for coming up for next week, and we'll look at those and insider activity. It's phenomenal what's going on out there. You see some of these figures, and you just shake your head. It's just astounding, the amount of funds that are going through these accounts. It's like, somebody's buying or selling, shares in, $36 million, $176 million, and it's like, okay, where did I go wrong in life, right? So, anyways, all right, guys, thanks very much for hanging with us. We appreciate it very much. And George, thank you.
Thank you, Lennox. See you in the other room.
I'm sorry?
Can I see you in the other room development?
Sure. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Hope
Thanks very much.
Thanks, George.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, we will see you at the 3 p.m. Eastern close of the market.
Thank you.
I have to sign up for that too. It's another. Oh, so yeah, I'll check the email.
Yeah, just check your email. There should be another link for you for that one.
Thank you.
And you can always, let us know if you don't have it. All right. So have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you might be. Take care, and we'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you, Lennox.
Nice. Right, thank you, guys. I know.